Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert's Porch. I'm your host, Robert. I want to do a little reaction to the end of the Xfinity race today. I've seen a lot of things online, and I've commented on a lot of things. First off, the course rules, the out of bounds, etc. A lot of the course limits. A lot of people complain about. Every NASCAR track has limits. Talladega has the white line, Atlanta, Daytona, even all the road courses, even the ovals. I know, yes, Phoenix you can pretty much drive anywhere, but there are still track limits on pit road. You can't drive down pit road full speed. You can't come off of fourth corner and cut down pit road to cut the course. You can't cut through places. There's track limits at every track. This track is unique. You get below the in the green paint with both tires, it's a penalty. Everyone knew that going in. There's 37 penalties today in the truck race Xfinity race. The 30-second penalty to SVG at the end sucked. Yes, finished second and finished in 28th. But number one, it's not going to run him out of the sport. Number two, I think he understands track limits. He's been doing street courses and road courses his entire life, driving speed supercars. They have track limits as well, probably. Things happen. You know what? His incident with Austin Hill, everybody's blaming Austin Hill for it. I'm sorry, it wasn't all Austin Hill. I'm an SVG fan. I have been since he won the race last year. Matter of fact, there's a tweet pinned to my Twitter, Rob Sports Show. I said July of last year, Shane Van Gisbergen needs to drive the 10 car for Cup Racing Xfinity Series, and then drive the 13 car, which he's driving the 16 in the Cup, but drive Culley's Cup car 2 part-time this year. And that's what's happening. I called that last year. So I'm an SVG fan, people. He did nothing wrong. Austin Hill did nothing wrong. That was just good hard racing. If we go back to the 2 to go restart, the first restart before overtime, SVG basically ran the entire field wide. Hill was involved in that, and then the other two incidents. So let's take a look at the first restart there. What kind of probably got Hill upset, which drivers get upset all the time. AJ Allmendinger was pissed off at Ty Gibbs, so it happens. But let's take a look at that restart. Alright, so this is the restart with 2 to go. They're coming off of 20 there, coming up that front stretch, getting ready to climb the hill. I guess this is the first overtime restart. So you got AJ in the middle, SVG on the inside. And see, SVG kind of runs the entire field wide. Hill is right there on the inside. He cuts down the hill. And you have a race between Austin Hill and Shane Van Gisbergen. Alright, so now we're going to take a look at when they came up and when Austin Hill got into the back of SVG. Mind you, that restart there, SVG pushes the field wide. Austin tries to cut to the inside. SVG is able to close the door. So let's take a look at where Austin Hill got into SVG on the restart. That's coming up here. Alright, they just come to the restart zone. Green flag is out. Here they come across start finish. Right here. Got Shane on the inside, Hill behind him. And then they dive into this corner. Hill jacked up SVG, got him wide, turns under him. I think that was a clean pass. To me, that was 100% clean. That was part of this course. That is part of going into turn 1, making that 90-degree left turn. Is you jack people up. That's how you get around them. But that wasn't dirty. Austin didn't do anything dirty there. Oh my gosh, people. All right, so now we're going to take a look at the end where SVG got into Austin Hill. But before that, I'm going to show you. I'm going to basically still shot it. You're going to see SVG underneath Hill. People said he followed through there. He was down low. That was clearly a penalty. So we're going to take a look at that, and then we'll look at where Shane got in the back of Austin Hill. Alright, here's going to be the still shot of SVG. There's a white, because there's the rumble strip, green, red, a white line, and then blue. SVG's right tires are on the white line on the inside. Austin Hill is on the rumble strips where he's supposed to be. So let's take a look at that. So as you can clearly see, Hill is the first car there. His left tire's on the rumble strips. That's illegal. Behind him is SVG. He has his right front tire on that white line that is below the where he's supposed to be, because now the left tires are going to be on the green, and you can't see it because of his car in this shot, but I'm confident NASCAR has a shot that shows it, plus the fact his right front wheel is on that white tells you his left tire's on the green. So he's clearly inside where he should be there. Now this next piece is going to be where SVG got in the back of Austin Hill. Now, one thing to note here. SVG locked up the right front tire. So when he locks up the tire and gets in the back of Hill too. So yeah, was it dirty? I ain't going to call it dirty. I'm calling it aggressive driving. Just like Austin Hill was earlier. Just like what we've seen other drivers do in racing, period. Yeah, no one is over aggressive here. I think it's clean. I think it's just hard racing. A couple years ago, we had, when Ross Chastain won his first race 2 years ago at COTA, he got in the back of it. Dinger got in the back of him. He got in the back of Dinger, and Ross won. So it's racing, people. Racing. All right. So here it comes, right there. He just gets into him, moves him out of the way. The same corner that Ross did to AJ 2 years ago. And then Larson goes around him for the win. I got no issue with that. That's just racing. What gets me is the only track limits at COTA is through the S's, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You just can't get too far on the inside of those corners. That's it. Of the 20 turns, there's one small section called the S's. That is the only place where there's track limits. Everywhere else in the track, you can drive in the dirt. No one cares. They do. So you're not going to change the track. You're not going to put tire barrier through the S's. You're not going to put safety barrier through the S's. You're just going to tell the drivers, this is what happens if it happens. 37 times it happened. Drivers want to shorten the track to go quicker. You can't do there. It's part of it. So I don't think Hill drove dirty. I don't think SVG drove dirty. I think the penalty is justified. I hate it for SVG. Shane Van Gisbergen. He's not leaving NASCAR over this. He understands penalties happen, things happen. His first road course in Xfinity car, his 5th Xfinity start, his 7th NASCAR start, his 8th ever NASCAR start is going to be tomorrow in the Cup car. So he is fine. He's going to be okay. If I run that good in a car that on a track that you've seen once, and you've driven this car 5 times and to run that good, that is generational talent right there, ladies and gentlemen. But alright, that is just my reaction to the SVG Austin Hill situation at the Focused Health 250. Once again this year, my 4 picks to win, Kyle Larson was one of them. Don't like the guy, but I know how to pick winners. 5-0 in Xfinity Series in 2024 here on Robert Sports Show. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day. Have a 50-day Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.